Welcome back to Farm and Hammer, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about replacement heifers, but before we do that, we've got a cull cow to load up and take to the sale barn. That should work there. So I brought this cull cow in last night. We moved the cow herd. Since she's got a bad foot, she was way behind on the move. So we just let all the other cows through and left her behind. And then I moved her a different route home. So she's been separated for a while, but I just got her moved into this pasture close to the corral. We've got another animal we're trying to help out over there. Yeah, here she is. You can see her back right foot is giving her issues. You may be wondering why I don't just treat her and see if she gets any better. And that's because she is a 12-year-old cow, and for the last 5 or 6 years she's had an injured her back's been messed up. That's all I know, pretty much. She kind of had a hump in her back after one breeding season, and she's never really been the same since. But she still had a calf every year, so we let it go. This year, she started losing quite a bit of weight after we weaned her calf off, and then she developed this foot issue. With hay prices being what they are this year, we're probably gonna have to cut back on some cow numbers anyway. The first step is getting rid of your worst cows, and that'd be ones that have bad feet, bad eyes, ones that are getting super old. And I guess I should say the first thing on that list should be your open cows, which I really don't know if she's open or not, but since she was in such bad shape this year, I'm guessing she probably isn't bred. But she might be bred, I'm not sure. I don't think I'll even have her preg checked at the sale barn. I think I'll probably just run her through as a cull cow. And since we're in the mid-June market, since places are getting ready for July 4th and getting ready to sell a bunch of old ground beef, that's probably what market she'll go to. A buyer could throw her in a lot and just give her all the grain she wanted for the next 2 weeks, and she might put on a little weight, but I kind of doubt it. So I'm guessing she'll go right to the locker plant here in a day or two. Hey, get in there. Come on. There you go. Hey, no. So yes, it's kind of sad. You know, she's been around here for a long time. She was born on this place. But like I've said, in other cull cow videos. This is a business after all, and if she can't perform in her old age, it's her time to go. And since she's crippled, this is probably the healthiest she's gonna be. She's probably just gonna go downhill in the next 6 months from here. Once again, it is a business. You gotta be able to sell cows when you need to, and this is one of those times. She needs to go. Well guys, got the cull cow sold and actually got the check already. And it seems as if I got ripped off on this one. I watched a bunch of the sale online, and the majority of the cull cows, if they were in rough condition, they brought 45 to 55 cents. Fat cattle were bringing anywhere from 60 to 75 probably. And my cull cow, you guys saw her, she walked fine. She has a limp, of course, and she was a little skinny, but she still weighed over 1,000 pounds. Sorry, the bull's going a little wild here. But I got the check and I was really surprised. She brought 36 cents. So in total, before the fees, she brought 370 some bucks, and then after fees, it was 340 something. Since I thought it was strange that she brought that little, I ended up calling to see if they had any information for me. And on my ticket, they just said slow walker, whatever. So I called and asked if they had anything else for me, and they just said, well, she must have really been struggling to walk and they couldn't hardly get her through the ring. Which you guys saw her walk on video. She had no issue walking, and she even hopped in the trailer just fine. So yes, she had a limp, but that doesn't mean she couldn't walk. So not really sure why she brought that little. I think one of the workers or someone just got a really good deal for some reason. But that's how it is, selling at a sale barn. But anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about the cull cows. We've got a couple more to pick out of the herd here. And they are actually here in the same pasture as the pigs. Well, the pigs have got their own pasture here. Pigs are in the woods. This is their old pasture. We've still got some cardboard to pick up, but here's the new pig pen. They've been in here for 3 days now, so this corner that already looks pretty rough, this was part of their old pasture. We just left the water in this corner so that way we didn't have to move the water. So anyway, pigs are doing well. We still got a while till the next two have a butcher date, so but they are growing, they're doing well, enjoying their time out in the woods. So what we're mainly going to talk about today is replacement heifers. And as you guys saw in the last video about the cows, which is probably a month ago now, we weaned our fall-born calves, and we actually just sold them all. So I'm going to try to get out of the sun here. When I say we sold them all, yes, we sold all of the heifers. We didn't keep a one back, and I'll tell you a little bit why. So as some of you probably know, hay prices this year are absolutely insane, and as you guys also know, we buy all of our hay unless we have some fields cut for fescue seed and have that cut. Most of the time we just end up buying all of our hay, which means we're at the mercy of hay prices. And with hay prices being as high as they are, it wasn't wise to really keep a bunch of heifers when we don't know if, you know, we're gonna have to buy a lot of hay or if we'll have enough pasture. We've been selling a couple cull cows here and there. I've got 4 or 5 I need to pick out and sell soon. And then when it comes to the heifers, since we're trying to sell off some of the animals so we have less of a herd to get through the winter, it just really didn't make sense to keep heifers back for replacements. As you guys know, I kept 10 back last year, and I've got 1 or 2 to show you that are over here. We're by the mineral, so we've got quite a gathering over here. There's a replacement heifer. She's looking good. And if you guys remember right, these were raised on just grass. They didn't have any grain. Here's another one here. She was probably my least favorite out of the group, but she turned out looking good too. So we have 10 replacement heifers. I'm guessing we'll have 10 cull cows to sell. So we should essentially have the same amount of cows by the end of the year. And honestly, if it were up to me, we would have kept some replacement heifers. There were 5 or 6 in the last big group that I just thought were exceptional heifers. I would have loved to have kept them. And if it were 100% up to me, we would have kept them. But honestly, that probably would not have been the wisest thing to do. So that may be a good lesson for some of you. If you're like me and you want to keep every animal born on the place, it's probably wise to have someone involved in your business that can tell you no when when it needs to be said. So my dad has no problem selling off a bunch of cows if hay prices get high. I would have a big problem doing that. Make sure you got someone in your corner that can help you make the best business decision, because sometimes as farmers we're just a little too attached when we can't afford to be. So that's the main reason, is just hay prices, and we want to destock so we don't have to buy as much hay, and hopefully we can graze through February as long as we get some decent growth in the fall. And really, even though we're technically keeping the same amount of cows on the place, we do have a little access to a little more acreage. So we should for sure be able to graze through January. I'm hoping we can graze through February, and if we're lucky and have a warm spring, we might be able to graze in March. So we'll see if this hay situation gets any worse, or if we get in a drought, we may be selling off a lot of cows. But as of now, we've got plenty of pasture left, and we just had one sprinkle. That's the first sprinkle we've had in a couple weeks, and we're not supposed to have any more for another couple weeks. So this could be a dry summer, but you never know what the weather holds. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope we can have a decently wet summer. We had a really wet spring, but seems like the rain has just shut off for the last month. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. I've got some update videos coming on the pigs. I've got a sawmill update, which is hopefully exciting. And then of course a bunch of other little projects that I can hopefully get recorded and posted for you guys to see. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see y'all next time.